All I'll ask is that you just ask a question. It can be anything at all that you want.
I guess my biggest question is, what is holding me back? Well, this might be too general, but
No, not at all.
from attaining goals.
Okay, that's a great question. Okay, I'm doing a 3-card spread, and I'm interpreting this spread from left to right. And what I'm seeing in this spread first is that this figure, the 10 of Wands, is you in the present reading. You're holding a great variety of burdens, and it's not that you're immobile, it's not that you're not productive or enterprising, but you are struggling under the weight of a lot of different and competing things that you've bound yourself to, either internally or externally. And one of the interesting things that you'll notice about this card, if you look very closely, is there's a handful of cards in the deck where the artist, Pamela Coleman Smith, depicted the scene as if almost taking place on a stage. If you look, the man seems to be standing on a stage, and the backdrop of the village behind him is almost like a curtain of scenery that falls down. So what this suggests is not that these burdens aren't real, but that they're transient and that they're passing. And then he's walking in the direction of the center card, being the devil, which, like death, is a card that everybody is afraid to get, but there's nothing, it's a symbolic card, and there's nothing about it in this case that should give rise to some grave fear or concern. What I'm seeing in connection with that card and what the intent of the designer of the deck was, is that you have kind of married yourself to something or some goals or some set of goals that are superfluous, that are counterproductive, that are burdensome. You need a kind of clarity. You need to be able to free yourself from either commitments or perceptions that are kind of muddying your clarity or populating your psyche and your outer actions with just too many things that are superfluous, things that are secondary. And if you take a look at these two, like Adam and Eve type figures standing there, they are enchained to the pillar that the devil is standing upon, and yet the chains are hanging very loosely around their necks. They can just be lifted right off if the figure so chooses. So sometimes, and specifically in terms of the question that you're asking, this card represents entanglements, unproductive or unnecessary entanglements. And then the final card in the reading, which provides the way forward for you, is the Knight of Cups, who is this very noble figure seated on horseback, well protected, and traveling, moving, with a very definite errand and mission in mind. He's carrying a cup, which is a source for water. Usually water is seen within tarot as the subconscious mind or the unconscious mind, and he is crossing a river, a body of water, not a raging river, but kind of a gentle creek that he's going to be able to cross with ease. But he is definitely moving, and you'll see both on his ankles and on his helmet, he has the wings of Mercury, or the wings of a traveler, and he's carrying forward one very specific concrete aim born from within. So everything that I'm seeing in this card is the thing that's holding you back is a diffusion of interests, too many commitments inner and outer. You're burdened by them, you're wed in a certain sense to secondary or superfluous things, and you need the kind of pristine clarity of the knight going off on his errand or his mission with one really clear, concrete goal, which he's carrying very safely and very securely in this cup. It's born from within, and he's going to have no problem getting there once clarity has been visited upon him. The body of water that he's about to cross here is very gentle, and he's on a very, very sturdy, powerful horse and is going to have no problem crossing it. So free yourself from the superfluous. That's the thing that's standing in your way.